In this video, I'm going to show you a simple CSS tip that you can use to improve your web pages. And this is by using the target pseudo class in CSS. And this is what I'll be showing you in this video. You can see here we have this whole web page. Here we have 3 headings. This heading 1 points to this heading 2 points to this, and this heading 3 points to this. And watch what happens when I click heading 1. When I click heading 1, you have this border red for some seconds. If I click heading 2, it scrolls to heading 2, you have this border for some seconds. If you click on heading 3, it scrolls to heading 3, has this border for some seconds. So let's see how we can achieve this using just HTML and CSS and zero JavaScript. So this is the code base that we have here. We have the 3 links here. This one says heading 1, this one says heading 2, this one says heading 3, as you can see here. Then we have the first section. This one has an H1 of heading 1, with second section with a heading 2, third section H1 of heading 3, and we have a fourth section with the heading of heading 4, which is heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, and heading 4. Now in HTML you have something called named anchors, which allows you to reference specific parts of a page that you can link to. So for the first section, let's say this has an ID of section 1, the second section ID section 2, the third section ID section 3, and let's just leave the fourth section. Now we have all of these IDs. We can now reference them from our links by using here a hash symbol and then section 1. So this is a named anchor where we are referencing section 1 of this page, which we defined with this ID here. And then for this, we have another named anchor. This will be section 2. And here we have another named anchor. This will be section 3. Now, if we come back to our page here, if you click on heading 1, the browser would scroll to the heading 1 section. You can also see at the top here, this is the named anchor. We have test5.html. Then we have this named anchor section 1. We can also click on section 2. The browser scrolls there. You can click on section 3. The browser scrolls there. But currently, the browser is jumping to that section instead of scrolling. So we can change this behavior by having on the HTML property, we can specify scroll behavior of smooth. So now if we click on heading 1, the browser will smoothly scroll to heading 1. Click on heading 2, the browser will smoothly scroll. Click on heading 3, the browser would smoothly scroll. Now this is where we can use the target pseudo class. The target pseudo class in CSS allows you to style an element if that is the current target. And what that means is that, for example, in the case of this named anchor being section 3, it means you will be able to style the third section using the target pseudo class. And let's quickly see an example. So let's say we have a section and then we have target, which means if a section is a target, if a section currently has an ID that matches the currently active named anchor in the URL, then we can style this section by giving it a border of 1 pixel solid red, for example. Now if we refresh, you can see that because the current named anchor is section 3, you can see section 3 now has this red border. If we come back and we click heading 1, you can see the heading 1 now has this border. If you click on heading 2, you can see heading 2 now has this border. If I come to the top here and I directly change this to heading 3, you can see because this is the currently active named anchor, it will match the section 3 because the section 3, as you can see here, has an ID of this. So this is how you can use the target pseudo class, but we can improve this by adding some animations. So here we can say once a section is a target, we have 1 pixel solid transparent, and then we have an animation, and the animation has a name of show, and it should last for 4000 milliseconds, which is 4 seconds. And then here we can have our keyframes, and the identifier for this keyframe is show. And then we can say from having a border color of red to having a border color of transparent. So once a section becomes a target, we have this style here. In fact, we can even move this border 1 pixel solid transparent outside. So we're applying the border of 1 pixel solid transparent for every section. But once a section becomes a target, then we specify this animation, and then we have this animation from border color red to border color transparent. Now watch what happens when I refresh. You see the heading 3 has the border for 4 seconds. Let me make it 6 seconds so it's longer. If I refresh, you see heading 3 has this border of red for like 6 seconds. If you click on heading 1 becomes the target. It has this border for some seconds. You click on heading 2 becomes the target. It has this border for some seconds. And the idea of this little animation is that when a user clicks on heading 1, for example, and the browser goes directly there, this can also serve as an indication like this is where you are now. If the user clicks on heading 3 and the browser scrolls to heading 3, it can signify like this is where you are now. If I let's say I zoom out of this, click on heading 1, you can see like this is where you are now. So this is a simple animation, and of course you can do something like this, or you can even do a better animation. But the goal of this video is just to show you how you can use this target pseudo class to style whatever element matches the currently active named anchor, and you can throw in some animations, throw in some styling, just you can be creative around it. So I hope this video gives you a good foundation and helps you to understand how the target pseudo class in CSS works and how useful it can be. I hope this video was helpful and you enjoyed it. Please give this video a like. I would really appreciate your engagement on this video. Share with others and also follow me for more CSS videos like this.